Before we begin, pause for a moment. If you love true crime stories, unsolved mysteries, and cases that don't let you sleep at night, hit subscribe and ring the bell. That way, you'll never miss the next chilling case we cover. Because tonight's story is one you won't forget. On a quiet December night in 1996, a young girl climbed into bed after a normal evening with her family. She kissed them goodnight, said a strange little phrase that would later haunt her loved ones, and went upstairs. By the next morning, her bed was perfectly made. Her belongings were exactly where she had left them. Nothing in the room looked disturbed except for one thing. She was gone. Her name was Celina Mays. She was 12 years old, and she was 9 months pregnant. A winter night in Willingboro. Let's rewind. December 15th, 1996. Willingboro, New Jersey. The Mays household was winding down for the evening. The Christmas season was in full swing. Lights twinkled across the neighborhood. Families were finishing dinners. Kids were writing their last-minute letters to Santa. Inside the Mays home, Celina sat with her family, eating ice cream. It was ordinary, almost boring, just another Sunday night. She didn't seem nervous. She didn't seem scared. Celina was young, but her life was already complicated. At only 12 years old, she was expecting a baby. Her due date was in 2 weeks. The pregnancy had shocked her family, shocked her church, and shocked her small community. She never revealed the name of the baby's father. Not to her dad, not to her stepmother, not even to her closest friends. That night, when she finished her ice cream, she did something strange. She turned to her stepmother and said, "Thanks for everything." At the time, no one thought twice about it. Maybe she was being polite. Maybe she was just in a good mood. But later, after she disappeared, those 3 words would feel heavy, almost like a farewell. Celina went upstairs to her room. She arranged her pillows. She got ready for bed. She kissed her family goodnight, and that was the last time anyone saw her. Morning comes, but Celina doesn't. The next morning, Celina's stepsister went to wake her. She opened the bedroom door and froze. The bed was perfectly made, as if no one had slept in it. The pillows were stacked neatly. On the dresser sat Celina's purse, her prenatal vitamins, even her glasses. Everything was exactly where it should be. But Celina wasn't there. At first, the family thought maybe she had slipped out early. Maybe she went for a walk. But as the hours dragged on, it became clear something was wrong. Her father, Larry, waited nearly 2 days before calling police. Some say it was denial. Others say it was because he believed she'd come back on her own. But when the report finally went in, investigators already felt the weight of lost time. Detectives searched the house. Nothing was broken, no locks forced, no windows open. Outside, the frost showed no footprints. Neighbors hadn't seen anything. No strange cars, no unusual noises. It was as though Celina had been lifted out of her life, silently, without leaving a single trace behind. Questions with no answers. When police interviewed the family, they learned about Celina's pregnancy. 12 years old, 9 months along, due any day. That detail changed everything. Investigators asked the obvious question: who was the father of the baby? But no one knew. Celina had kept his identity secret. Even under pressure, she never revealed his name. Was it a friend from school? Someone older? Someone from church? Theories began to form. Theory 1. She ran away. The first possibility was that Celina had run away. At 12 years old, about to become a mother, maybe she felt trapped. Maybe she wanted to escape the judgment of her strict religious household. Maybe she wanted to raise her baby away from watchful eyes. It's possible she met up with someone that night, the baby's father perhaps, and left willingly. But here's the problem. Celina didn't take anything with her. Not her vitamins, not her bag, not money, not clothes, not even her glasses. Would a 12-year-old, 9 months pregnant, really sneak out into the night with nothing but the clothes on her back? And even if she had, how could she survive for weeks, for months, without being seen, without reaching out, without ever being found? The runaway theory felt weak. Theory 2, abduction. The second theory was darker. Someone may have lured Celina out of her home. Someone she trusted enough to meet in the middle of the night. That would explain why there were no signs of struggle, why her room looked untouched, why everything seemed so strangely neat. If this is true, the question becomes, who? The father of her baby? A member of her family? Someone in her church? Remember that chilling little phrase she said the night before? Thanks for everything. Was that a casual goodnight? Or was it her way of saying goodbye before stepping into the unknown with someone waiting outside? A cover-up. The third theory is the most unsettling of all. What if Celina never left her house on her own? What if the neat bed, the untouched belongings, were staged to make it look like she disappeared? So who would cover it up? And why? This theory raises the possibility that Celina's disappearance wasn't just about her vanishing. It was about silencing her story, silencing the truth about her pregnancy. And the most haunting part? If this theory is true, the answers might have been inside the house all along. If you've made it this far, you're probably just as hooked as I was when I first heard this story. These are the kinds of mysteries we cover every week here on Cold Stories. So hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next case we open. Now back to Celina, a community in shock. When news of Celina's disappearance spread, the community of Willinboro was shaken. A 12-year-old girl, 9 months pregnant, missing without a trace. The church she attended came under scrutiny. Some speculated the father of her child might have been connected to the congregation. Others whispered about secrets behind closed doors. The rumors spread faster than the facts, and the facts were scarce. Celina's father, Larry, maintained hope. He believed his daughter would return. He left her room untouched, waiting for the day she might walk back through the door, her baby in her arms. But weeks passed, then months, then years. No Celina, no baby, no trace at all. The haunting silence. Today, it's been nearly 3 decades since Celina vanished. Her case remains open, but there are no new leads, no confirmed sightings, no evidence of what happened to her or her child. If the baby was born, that child would now be an adult, living somewhere, maybe unaware of the story that began the night their mother disappeared. And the questions remain. Who was the father? Why did she say, "Thanks for everything"? And how can a pregnant 12-year-old simply vanish from her bed in the middle of the night? Celina Mays kissed her family goodnight. She whispered 3 little words that sounded ordinary at the time. And then she vanished forever. Was it escape? Was it abduction? Or was it something darker, hidden in plain sight? What do you think happened that night? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this case chilling, hit subscribe now. Because next time, we're diving into another disappearance that defies explanation. This is Cold Stories, True Crime Files. And some mysteries refuse to be solved.